What's up, guys? It's Sunday project day. I just got done doing an add-a-leaf installation on my Tacoma, so I'm going to go through and show you guys how to do it. I did this side first, then I actually measured how much lift it gave me in the back of my truck. I'm at about 7 3/4 inches here, and I'm about 6 3/4 on the other side, and so it gave me about a full inch of lift. The reason I'm installing the add-a-leaf system is because my back bumper that I just put on gave me just a little bit of sag where I'm not sitting totally with Broline, but that my factory rake is gone, and if I put my tent back up there, the back of my truck is going to be like that. If you want to install an add-a-leaf, you should take into account what you're going to have in the back of your truck. If you're constantly running something like a steel bumper or a tent or a really heavy drawer system like I have, there are different graduations to add-a-leafs. So I am already running the Old Man Emu, which is an ARB company, Dakar mediums, and that's rated for a 300-pound constant load on the back of my truck. However, after I put my steel bumper on, I'm now over that load as soon as I start putting more stuff on it. So I'm doing an add-a-leaf, and that's going to bring me up to about the heavy-duty leaf pack, which is rated for a 700-pound constant load on the back of your truck. If you want to run an add-a-leaf and you're not going to have any sort of weight on the back of the truck, it's probably going to make your ride a little bit harsher. So just think about that before you decide to go with something like an add-a-leaf versus maybe a full suspension system, a block and spacer lift. There's a lot of stuff you can go with. Just make sure you get the one that fits your specific needs. So once you've taken your tire off, you're going to want to disconnect your brake line. That's this right here. It's that little bolt. After you've disconnected the brake line, disconnect your shock mount. Also, make sure you have your jack stand set up underneath there. You can see I have mine just supporting the back axle because when you go and take off the U-bolts, which is the next thing we're going to be doing, is disconnecting these from here. You don't want this whole thing to just drop down. That's also why I've kept the shock mount bolt in here. I took the nut off the end, and then once this is disconnected, I'll pop this all out. So now that we've disconnected our U-bolt plate that holds all these things on, our next step is to very slowly and very carefully drop the rear axle down. As you do this, this whole leaf pack is going to fall away from the axle. Let me get a better shot of that. There we go. This is going to start to fall away. There's a bolt inside of here that holds the entire leaf pack together. Lower it down a little bit. Don't totally drop your jack over there. Just do it just enough so that this can come away from it, because you don't want to drop your you don't want to drop your axle onto the pavement. Now there's a couple ways you can go about doing this. You can take the entire leaf pack off, and in order to do that, you'll take off that front part there, unscrew that big bolt and pop her out, and then that one right up there in the back. What I'm going to do is actually what I just did for the other side. I actually kept the leaf pack on, and what I did was I unscrewed that center pin there, and I also undid these little retaining bracket things here, which is going to drop the whole leaf spring apart, so you have to be careful. However, it's going to keep that top leaf spring still connected, and then I just slid my add-a-leaf right in underneath of it. So one important thing to note is that you're going to want to keep that nut on top of there. I just hand tighten it back on until you get this leaf pack off of where it goes onto your back axle, because if not, that bolt's going to fall through to the place where it's supposed to sit in the axle, and you're not going to be able to get it back up. So just pull this over first. All right, now comes the fun part of actually putting this leaf addition in. So when you do this, make sure that you have the correct side in where it goes. I screwed this up on the first side and I had to take it all apart and put it in backwards, or put it in the other way because it was backwards. So this side with the notch cut out here, that goes towards the front of your cab, and the side with this kind of arrowhead thing going on, that goes towards the back. So this is your bumper side, and that's your cab side. I've gone ahead and taken those retaining pins out of the leaf pack. You can see it's just kind of sitting there. It's all loose. What I'm going to do is, the way I did this on the other side, I pulled down that second leaf and with one hand, and then actually slid the leaf pack in with the other, and I was able to do that, and it worked out okay. So that's what we're going to do here. All right, I've slid that add a leaf in there. It's pretty easy now that I know what I'm doing. You will have to pull the whole leaf pack off of where it locks in to your axle. And then what I'm doing now is I'm taking a pair of C-clamps, and you can see I'm just gonna clamp it. And then as I do that, that little bolt's gonna start coming through. And then once I have enough of it clearing the leaf pack, I'll just tighten it right down and zip this thing back up. So that's it, guys. Our outer leaf is now in. And what you're gonna do is just button everything up in the order that you took it off. It's really not a hard installation. It's gonna take you some time, but you could totally do this in your driveway. It will definitely help you to have an impact driver. You're gonna need that for this. It just speeds up the entire process a lot. Also, a spare set of jack stands are very good to have, and a spare jack, and your stock jack too. When you're doing something like this, obviously be careful, because if you go about jacking this thing the right way or the wrong way, you could end up with something falling on you. So be extremely cautious when you do modifications to your car like this, just because of the weight that's floating over your head. So there we have it. We're all finished up. Both sides are done. Thank you guys so much for watching. If this is a modification that you're thinking about doing, don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section. If you have any questions, again, do this at your own peril. This is kind of a dangerous mod if you don't jack the car up properly, so be careful with that, and I'm not responsible for any bodily injury that might happen to you. I'm not a certified mechanic. I'm just a dude out in my driveway modifying my Tacoma. So thank you guys all so much for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next.